Well, hi everybody. April 19th and a gloomy, cloudy day here in Agawam. This is Hubby with Just About Anything Garage, and we're bringing you another exciting episode of Behind the Scenes, where we talk about what you need to consider when you're going to do your channel and just kind of put all kinds of interesting little things in there. Anyways, we're heading out to the shop. I thought I'd take you with me, get you caught up on what we've been doing here. But first, Ghost is out. I've been driving around and she's bathed in magnolia petals. Look at that. Having some fun with her yesterday, driving around and you know, getting on her. She was doing well. Anyways, what do you say we head over to the shop and we'll go ahead and we'll take a look and see what's going on in here and bring you a little behind the scenes action as we try and get the shop cleaned up so we can actually be effective with some projects. Not that we aren't doing a couple little ones while we're at it, but you know. All right, well, let's not show you the key because then you can sneak right in there. Open up the shop here. Here we go. Okay, as you'll recall from the last time we did behind the scenes, we were working on a lot of things actually. We focused on different things, and we've got the Imperial in here because the Imperial is going up for sale. Last video I actually released was the sale video, but we're doing a couple things to spruce her up and to make sure, you know, little annoying things like leaks and the voltage regulator we're replacing because all of a sudden the charging system stopped and that type of stuff. But during that we discovered we can hardly move in this place because we got crap everywhere and we got to get it cleaned up. So a couple of things that we're doing here is we got this big heater that we picked up. It's a gas heater that's going in place of that little midget electric one right there, but we got to get the electric one down. What we're doing is went in here and I got new rods set, so it's all ready to go. And I'm going to use my winch right here along with my snatch block, which will secure up there, and we'll just lift that up into place and use some plumber's track, you know what I'm talking about, to secure it on up there once we're ready to go. We've got these all set up over here. The bandsaw and the sander over there. I also have a planer up front that's going to go up those stairs. I just need to get some help because they're heavy. Clear some paths off. Then we're going to go through this supply stand over here, clean it out and get rid of the stuff that we set aside, like all these bottles and stuff. I'm going to need to save some for the oil, of course, but a lot of them we don't need, and we'll clear this up and we'll get a little bit better organized so we can actually move in here and move stuff around and that type of thing. So let me go ahead and get things set up here, and we'll come back and we'll show you some of the action and the results of some of the actions. You don't need to see everything, but you know, little stuff. So hang tight and we'll be right back with some good stuff for you. All right, let's update you. We got that disconnected. We'll climb up the ladder. Had to move stuff so we could get the ladder in, of course, in the right spot. And all we did was disconnect the 240 line, just the L1, L2 neutral, and the ground wire on it. So it's all disconnected. Next thing we have to do is figure out how we're gonna loop stuff around it to lift it out. And I think what we're gonna do there is we're gonna use two of these tie straps, one going from the front to the back and then one going around the side. Loop it at the top. We'll take and hook the line to that, pull it up on the winch, get it off pressure, and then just let it down. And then we're going to do the reverse too, of course. We'll do the same thing. We'll use long ties, one lengthwise, one sideways on this. Get it in here, hook it to it, and we'll lift it right up into the spot after we get that down, and we take off this side board. We'll leave that board there because it's got an electric connection on it. I'm going to go take you upstairs and we'll show you how we've set this up there as we weave ourselves through the maze of stuff that's waiting to go upstairs and get out of the way. This will all be part of this video too. We'll show you putting this upstairs and cleaning up and getting it so that we can move in this place, because we just got far too much crap hanging around. But what I did here welcome to the upstairs, which will eventually become a room, but right now it's just used for all kinds of storage. Let's turn on your light here. Let's see, this is what I did. Let me go ahead and sit down. Sorry, shit, I'm showing you into outer space. Gotta hump myself down. Okay, I just took my short tie strap. You've seen me use it plenty of times. Wrapped it around these joists, flipped this around, used my big turnbuckle and then my snatch block. Ran the line up and ran down, so we'll be able to pull up and down. These should be able to support that, because even the other heater isn't more than 60 or 70 pounds, so I don't think we're going to do there. If I think there's an issue, we'll cut some 2x4s and put them just behind the straps onto the joist, so it push pressure on the joist rather than pulling down on the connections up onto the rafter portions of it. Here's the box. Well, we're going to go ahead and leave that. That's where the 240 comes in from the line that's from the big box over to here, like that. And then we'll just, when we bring the heater up, this will be clear space, of course, where my feet are. And we'll just pull it right up into the space as high as we can get it. The threaded rods will stick on the inside of this up, and we'll use some plumbers 2x4s, which are the, you know, the C channels with the holes in it, to bridge across that where those are, bolt them to it, and then we'll screw those into the rafters, and we'll hang it like that, and that should be a piece of cake for that. All right, that's where we are with that. We'll bring you up on the next section. Okay, working. Since how it's only, you know, the straps can go tight, you only need one, so it can go up, no problem. But we want it to come down. There we go. Loose. Let's do a little more. Let this slide up a little bit. There we go. That one's on the floor. Now I was contemplating just pulling it up because it's got to go up there, but we'll carry it up. That's not that heavy in terms of what it is, but winching's working. All right. We'll be back for the next one. All right. So we're pulling it up, obviously. Lifting it, no problem. This is like the third time I've had it up. Stop right here because you have to push this over a little bit. Sorry, I gotta move this so it'll come into the inside of it like that. And then pull on this one so I can get that back part. Whoop, hang on. Get it over a little bit. There we go. Now, we have a little bit of a problem with it up like this. What's happening is, you can see where, first thing I had to do is this was too low, so I had to move it up. So we did that. We moved it up. It was a little bit lower down here when we did the other one. So we moved this up with it, but it's hitting the rope, the back rope that pulls down when it does that because of the nature of this. So what I've got to try and do here is I'm going to try and take this tie here, get it into that loop without killing myself, and put it up onto this one on this upper edge here and go down so we can pull it this way and up a little bit. So it pulls it up, it pulls it over. Now, I was going to attempt to leave you guys on, but there's nowhere I can put you that you can see, and I need both hands. So if you'll hang tight, let me go ahead and see if I can do that without dying, and I will go ahead and bring you back in when I've got part of that done. So hang on just tight and we'll be right back. Okay, so here's what we got. Doesn't quite do it. I mean, it does center, it does pull it over. I can keep pulling it over, but it's not giving me, it's pulling this front up now and not the back, and I need the back to go up. Now, I can get one of the flat bars on that corner, but that corner's still down low. And I won't be able to get it there because of the way it's tilting, right? It's just the way it's pulling it. The top one, we can get the bar, set it on, screw it on tight, and then lower it and let it sit on it. But then we got to get that back up if we do that. So I need to think it through just a little bit more to see how we fixture this up so that we can get the back up and level with the front. I mean, it may take another ratchet strap going from the top of this down to the corner or something onto there to pull this up. And the problem is still the line, right? Because it's too close. You know, it's hitting it and it's pushing it forward and down. It won't let it come up. There's not much I can do about it, you know, if I want to lift it this way. So let me go, and I'm going to think about this just a little bit more, see what we can come up with, let my brain work on it, and we'll see what happens. Maybe I switch this to the other side, and because the strap's over there, and do a counter pull from that direction. That potentially could work. But let me go ahead and set it up because I need two hands to do it. We'll come back and we'll see what it gets. Maybe that'll do it. Hang on tight. Okay, I've tried a couple different positions. Like I switched this over to here, pull that didn't help at all. Then I repositioned it on the center rather than on the center there, and this has helped a little bit. That corner isn't far off, but still that corner's got to lift. So I had an idea. I might be able to put one of the taller ladders underneath it in the back and prop it up such that that corner's up. So I'm going to go grab a ladder and we'll see if we can position it. This thing isn't going anywhere with all the ratchet straps and with the main tie and everything. It just isn't going to go anywhere. So let's go grab a ladder and see if we can get it, because if we can just get it level, which is what we're trying to do. These will line up, right? We put a little weight off it, let it settle on it just a little bit. And then I could put the cross beams, which is basically these right here, bolted on and go across the top here like that, and on the front and the back. And then we're going to screw them into the top of the joist, and that's what's going to hold it up and have it be suspended in the air. So let me go and get the ladder, and we'll come back and we'll take a look and see if that helps us out any bit. Okay. So it's hanging up there, and what we did here is I took the tape measure and I measured to this upper edge back just a little bit, because we don't need it quite as high as where that edge is, so it can come down just a little bit. And when we measure there, we do that, we get 8 feet 10.5 inches on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a little platform that's 8 feet 10.5 inches. We'll get a couple of 10-foot 2x4s, and we'll set up like a little tripod-y thing just so we can set it on it. We'll keep the line on it to carry the weight, but we'll let it sit on it so it's flat and it can sit level when it's doing that. And then we should be able to get that on it, because you know, if we can take just a little bit, if we do the platform just right, take a little bit of weight off of this so we can let this line slack a little bit, we should be able to do that. So we're going to build a little platform that's that tall. We'll stick it underneath it and lower it down. I'm going to lower it down now. We'll pull it back up later. I just don't want to leave it hanging there as a death trap. So let's go ahead and lower it right now. Need to push it over a little bit so it doesn't hit the battery or the winch. It'll slack off the line just a little bit, and there, it's down. So it's safe, right? And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll set up where we want it. We'll build the platform and stick the platform underneath it, lower it onto the platform, get it nice and stable and flat, and then we'll go ahead and put the rods on, and we'll have that, because it's just a couple of 2x4s and a flat portion across the top, and we'll come up with a good design that's really stable, and that'll sit there. Probably a 3-legged something or other. Who knows? We'll see. All right, so stay tuned. We'll get that built, and we'll be right back, and we'll show you our results. All right, so here's our platform we made. We got it sitting up on there, not square, but it's level and it's flat, which is what I was after, in about the space and right about where I want it to be. So let's go upstairs. Let's look. Let's make sure that the rods are up where they need to be. We'll see if we can fit the other ones, the supporting ones on it. Go upstairs and take a look. Make sure I have the remote with me. I do. Weasel our way, wiggle our way through here. Obviously needs some more storage, which we come up with a plan for, so we'll be doing that. Oh yeah, we're looking like, for the most part, we're above. Let's turn the light on. I'm going to get it a little easier to see. Yeah, I'm thinking so. All right, let me set the, again, this is a two-handed job, so let me go ahead and set the rails up on it. I'll bring you guys back in once I have the rails set up on it, all right? So hang on tight. All right, so we're up here. We got everything sitting level. We got the bar attached to the bolts, and we put lag screws in. So this is lag down. We have our array of tools right here doing that. Now what we're going to do is this is still up on that a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and let it out a little more. Get total weight from that off. There we go. Okay, and the reason for that is we need to move the snatch block in order to get the other pull on, because it's in the way. So I have to get enough slack in that so that we can effectively hook it, pull it forward, get the bar on. I'm not sure I'm going to do that one because that one's a reach, but we'll get over there. But I just wanted to update you. It's sitting level. It's up where we want it. It's just below the top of the roof, the top edge of the exhaust port here. So it's right where we want it. It's sitting on our, you can see our little stand that's reaching up 8 feet. We'll pull it apart and repurpose the wood from it, of course. But it's got it sitting level. I'll get up on a ladder and release the straps and all that once we have it in place. So we're at, let me go ahead and get that snatch block off of there so that we can get the other bar on, and we'll show you where we're at. Okay? We'll be right back. There we go, all in. The only thing we got to do is release the turnbuckle. I'll do that from the ladder and then pull that stand out from underneath. I may have to unscrew it or even cut the legs in order. I think it's loose enough and up enough that I'll be able to pull it out underneath, but if not, we'll just drop it out from underneath it. Both of these are secured with the construction lag screws, so it's not going anywhere. They're all tight. Looks pretty level to me. Guess we'll find out, huh? But it's all together. All right. So we'll be back with other things, or we'll wrap it up on this one and show you the next segment as a different video. Okay, so hang on tight and we'll let you know shortly. All right, so there it is, suspended in the air, up off of the ground, out of the way, which is what we were after. It's not quite level. It looked like it was level from the top, but it's pointing up a little bit. You can see it. Let's see if I can give you a reference here on the camera. Like that, you can see it's tilting up a little bit, but it's not a big deal because when we go to install, we can adjust the back ones, loosen the bottom bolts on it. I don't know if you can see it from the camera. Right up there, I got a bottom bolt on the crossbar, and then there's one on the top that clamps it down. We'll loosen the bottoms and we'll tighten up the top, and it will tilt it forward. Now my gas guy come in and we'll position it correctly. When we hook it up, it'll rear gas connections here. I'm going in and look at it. We'll drop the bottom pan. It's easy to do. Now that it's up in the air, we'll get the electrical hooked up and we'll inspect to make sure the gas is all good, replace pipes as necessary, and then we'll run the plastic pipe that'll go over. It's going to go all the way around into that corner, drop, and then go out, because on the that red barn there, which is called the tavern. There used to be a tavern way back in the 1800s, early 1900s. When they built this house, it was a tavern. People would stop in here, get some food and the rest. We'll have gas. We have gas piped into there, so we'll pick up a connection there. We'll use the plastic pipe to connect it, and then we'll have to put an output stack on it on the back. Can't see it quite here because it's behind the fan up there. That'll come out and go through the roof. And we'll have it all set up, and we'll have a heater that's appropriate for the size of this place. It might actually heat it, and then in the meantime, we're going to get this. I've already talked to my construction guy. What we're going to do is put foam board up on the open section here to cover it. We'll leave what insulation is there and what doesn't, but we'll put foam board up there, and in the front here to cover the gaping holes. And then I'll have a we'll either do it with DIY stuff, or I'll have a person come in and we'll do, you know, expansion foam to insulate the thing. And then we'll probably just stop there. I will discreetly put up hardboard if I want to hang stuff on the walls, but that's how we'll get this place just a little bit more comfortable in the winter when we do it. A little bit more comfortable in the summer, because I got big fans that will do them out, and we'll get this place done. And continue on. We got more action to go on this place to get it cleaned up, but we got that up out of the way, which gives us the space to work in now. So I'm going to end this one here. Appreciate you guys watching. We'll come back at you with more from behind the scenes. Oh, got my hat turned around. Gonna knock my glasses off too. From behind the scenes and the things you need to do. You know, you pile up the projects and you get equipment like the saws and stuff in here, and you got to move it out. We got a plan for that. We'll talk about that plan on the next behind the scenes that we put out. But let's wrap it up here with this one, because we got it hung, we got it out of the way, and we'll move forward. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. If you do all that jazz for me, give me a like, give me a comment. YouTube loves that stuff. Subscribe, tell your friends, share it. I would really appreciate it. All right, so we'll be back with some more. We got projects going. Stella's getting cleaned up here. We did the sale video on her, and I'm going through and cleaning her up, and we're going to list her on a couple different things and get her sold. To fund this project, 1969 Corvette. It's the L46, so it's got the high compression, 11-to-1. We got some special plans for this one. We're supposed to be numbers matching, but it's, well, it could be. The numbers don't match from here to the body, but I had somebody who really knows vets tell me that it could be that, because somebody this might be an engine that was intended for a different factory car that got put in this one, because the other guy, you know, at the last moment requested a 427 or something, so that it didn't end up where it was supposed to, and it was on the line and it just got plugged in. Because if you look at it, it's got all the original connections, factory connections to it on it, and you can tell that it hasn't been pulled. They've done a couple little things, but yeah, pretty much all factory type stuff sitting here, so it hasn't been molested. So that's where we're at. But anyways, we're done with this one. We appreciate you guys. You have a great one, and we'll get back to you real soon with some more exciting episodes and projects.